1, 2, 3, 4. C, G, A minor, and F. Remember, you can strum if you prefer. See the stone set in your eyes, see the thorn twist in your side. I'll wait for you. Sleight of hand and twist of fate, on a bed of nails she makes me wait. I'll wait without you, with or without you, with or without you. Through the storm we reach the shore. Give it all, but I want more, and I'm waiting for you, with or without you, with or without you. I can't live with or without you. Solo if you want to. And you give yourself away, and you give yourself away, and you give, and you give, and you give yourself away. Let my hands are tied, my body bruised. She got me with nothing quiet as a mouse. Let's barely touch those strings. Feel that lovely tension it creates in the building. We'll hit a little bit harder now. Keep increasing the pressure. Up that strum. Now really go for it. So basically, what have we got going on here in terms of the chord progression? Well, we've got bog standard C here. That's the one chord, so that again, just like all the others at one chords in any key, remember, sets you off on a journey and it feels resolved. So think of it as home, basically. Then what we've got next is the 5 chord G. So C, D, E, F, G. And a 5 chord is tension. It makes you want to come home. And if you wanted to in this chord progression, if you didn't want to play the rest of the chords and you're a composer, you could just go back to C. Feel that resolution? Question, resolution. Okay. And that's why this, I think, that's why this chord combination is so popular. It kind of teases the ear because you think you should be going back to the start after the G chord, but it then goes back to the 6th chord next, which is really beautiful, and that's a minor chord, so it has a touch of melancholy, which is really, really important. Otherwise, if it was just C, F and G, it's kind of, it doesn't have the dramatic pull of that minor, which is really important. The other reason this minor chord works is because it's only one note different from C. C is C, E, G, and another C. A minor also has a C in it and an E in it, but instead of G it has an A. Okay. So it's only one note difference, so your ears think you're going to hear another C, but you get the melancholy of the A minor. And of course that chord is only one note different from the F chord. And remember the 4 chord, C, D, E, F. The 4 chord in any key is about change or movement. So basically we're using that F chord, the 4 chord, to get back to C. It just creates a sense of movement. So literally what we've got here is home, tension, melancholy, and then just a change to bring us back home. Home, tension, melancholy minor, change to back home. That's what we've got going round and round. So if you wanted to try, say, a verse and a chorus, it would sound like this. For this one, I'm going to show you how to thicken up the strumming and make it more interesting. But at the moment, just try what I call straight 8s, where we go down, 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 down. Just literally down over and over. I'll show you what I mean. So use all of the nails on this hand because it sounds really nice, or you could just use the one nail. But the important thing is that you're just going to do all down strums, down, 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 like that, over and over. But you're not going to do big strums over all 4 strings. You might even find that you actually only really touch the top 2 or 3 strings. It'll sound like this. See the stone set in your eyes. See the thorn twist in your side. I'll wait for you. Let's keep it going. Sleight of hand and twist of fate. Bed of nails, she makes me wait. And I'll wait for you. Notice the chorus is exactly the same. With or without you. With or without you. Okay, so that's the basis of the song, and believe it or not, the solo, the choruses, the outro, the interludes, literally everything is those 4 chords, same 4 chords over and over. So how can we make that more interesting? Well, we've already got a picking pattern that we know that we can apply to 4/4 time. This one here, the inside outside. There are various other ones you could do, but let's stick to this one because we know it works and we've got it here on the sheet. So let's just bring in my close cam. So just as a reminder, that's middle 2 strings and outside 2 strings. I'm doing that on a C chord just so you can see. Remember, just like I was saying earlier, you could also, let me just move this so you can see my hand a little bit better. You could also do that with 4 fingers. Or the 2, like I like to often do it. Okay. 2 of each of those on every measure, every chord. Like that. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Remember my tips I've given in various videos and on Kanikapilas recently, that you really need to, when you're keeping this picking pattern, because it's really important to keep that rhythm going and that tempo, allow yourself to go wrong with this hand. So if you're not right on the chords in time, it doesn't matter. Just keep these fingers going, whatever. What you don't want is this. Because it sounds stop-starty and it's teaching you to play out of time. So what I'll do is, if this hand isn't in position in time, I'll keep picking. Hear that? I wasn't dead on with that G in time, but I'll keep picking anyway. And it will sound better than having those stops, but eventually you'll build up that muscle memory of this hand, and you'll build up your timing with this hand, and they'll lock in perfectly, which is a great thing to do. Let's try perhaps a verse and a chorus with that going on then. So let's do the second half of the first verse, and let's do the first chorus, okay? So from sleight of hand, just so you can give it a go. All right, so we're going to be 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Sleight of hand and twist of fate, on a bed of nails she makes me wait. Sorry, I got the words wrong there. And I'll wait without you. Let's try it to a chorus. With or without you. With or without you. Through the storm we reach the shore. You give it all, but I want more. And I'm waiting for you. So we're going to keep that pattern going, and I tend to do it until we get to the interlude. So see about 3/4 of the way or a little bit more down the first half, we've got that interlude, which is where you can have a go at having a little solo if you want. But because it's got no words in it, it's a lovely place to switch it up to strumming. So when we get to that interlude, I'll have just finished doing this. I can't live without you. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'll go to the straight 8s there. Okay, so it's a nice place to change up, which works really well. Now, even from there, if you listen to the original song, it builds and builds and builds. And of course, that's fine. If you're in a band, you've got a bassist who can get more busy. You've got a drummer who can hit more cymbals. You've got, you could perhaps layer the guitars up. As a vocalist, you'll hear that Bono goes from singing in his normal voice to a falsetto voice, which I'll try and reflect. I can't do it like him, but you get the idea. So it's all about building stuff up. But of course, when we're just playing this on the uke, we haven't really got all those tools in our box to bring in. So what we can do is we can thicken it up by adding to our strum to make it sound more and more exciting and hitting things a little harder. Now, if I go back to that strum I'm going to stay here, okay? I'm just chucking with this hand just to illustrate it. So my fingers are on the strings, but I'm not pressing, so I get this sound. Okay. So if I slow down that straight 8 strum, which is just down, 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 down. I'm going to come even more this way, sorry. There we go. Down, 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 down. Notice that every time I go down for a strum, my hand necessarily has to come upwards, right? Because if I'm going down, I've got to come back up for another down, 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 down. So at any point when I'm strumming like this, I could touch my finger on the way up, and that would create twice as many strums. Do you hear that? Down, 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 up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, 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 up, down, up, down, up, down, up. You could think of that as walk, 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 running, 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 walk, 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 running, 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 running. Now that simple technique will allow you to really thicken up the strum in certain parts. See if you can hear it when I do, I'll do a bridge, this bridge down the bottom so you can hear it. You give yourself away, and you give yourself away. Now it sounds like super fancy, like I'm doing like crazy complex strumming, but I'm literally just touching on the up strums in a few places to make it sound thicker. And you can also, if you want, push a little harder and it'll create some really nice kind of feeling of like, you know, pulsing, which is really, really nice. So I'll keep it relatively straight early on, and then as we get louder and louder, culminating in this interlude where it goes with, you've got your oohs, ooh, I'll really build it up there. And then at the end, for this final chorus and interlude, I'll probably bring things back down again to straight 8s. Now, I don't want to be too formulaic about it, but I'm going to roughly do most of the first side. I'm going to do finger picking until I get to the interlude. And then I'm going to do straight 8s all the way through for the rest of it. But I'm going to get more complex and thicker here. And then when I get to the end, a bit lighter again. But you could just do straight 8s all the way around. This is the beauty of it. You could just do simple down strums on the beat. Just 1, 2, 3, 4. Don't feel you have to do all of this stuff as well. Okay, so let's have a look. Because this one's in the key of C, we can use the C major pentatonic or the A minor pentatonic. They're both the same thing, it's just the C major pentatonic starts from C and the A minor pentatonic starts from A. So C minor pentatonic, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, and the A minor pentatonic, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. So all of the same notes. The brilliant thing about these pentatonics is on your A string, as I've shown you before, what you can do is you can play your open A string. And then here's the cool bit. You can play all your dots. So the 3rd fret, 5th fret, 7th fret, 10th fret, and the 12th fret. You can even go right up here to the 15th if you want. That's a really cool trick. So anytime you play in the key of C, you can hit all these dots. Okay, all right. So that's a kind of neat little trick that you can use. The other thing is you can hit all the dots in the open E string. Just remember we don't hit the 7th fret, we go up here to the 8th because we don't want the B, just because it clashes with certain chords. So that's really smart, that's really nice. It means you can noodle away really easily on this one just by playing the dots. I'll show you. The other thing you can do which is nice on this one, well I'll show you in just a sec. Let me just do this first. thing that's cool about this one is the melody. The most memorable part of it sits beautifully on the A string. Basically it's D, D, E, D, C, or if you think of it in numbers, 5, 5, 5, 7, 5, 3. I'll do that again. So one of my favourite things to do when I'm soloing is just noodle away all over the place, but when I come to the end of a phrase, just get a little bit of the vocal melody in there and it'll sound really nice. I'll show you. Here it comes. Isn't that great? So it's a nice thing to do if you're doing a solo on this one. Just try hitting that 5, 5, 7, 5, 3. If you can remember that, it will sound really great. But just have a noodle, just so you can try it quickly. Let me just go through the chords so you can have a little go at noodling yourself using that scale. Remember, hit any of those dots on your A string. Try adding the dots on the E string, just avoid that 7th fret. Right, so let's get to it. Now, because the chords are here and they're just the same thing over and over, I really want to encourage you to have a go at playing this by ear. Just remember 1, 5, 6, 4 or C, G, A minor, F. And you'd be able to play this in any key, which would be really powerful as well. So just keep that going round and round, and then you can really concentrate on adding those dynamics. Think about maybe finger picking, think about sometimes hitting those strings really lightly, and then other times, technical term, give it some welly, all right? So really experiment on this, just knowing that it's going to be the same 4 chords over and over. And of course, enjoy it as well. If you want to do a little solo, there's the interlude here that you can do it on. There's this interlude here where I'm going to be singing ooze, but you can also do it there. There's the intro as well. But of course you could noodle away at any point. Just have fun, experiment, and that's what it's all about. 1, 2, 3, 4. C, G, A minor, and F. Remember, you can strum if you prefer. See the stone set in your eyes, see the thorn twist in your side. I'll wait for you. Sleight of hand and twist of fate, on a bed of nails she makes me wait. I'll wait without you. With or without you, with or without you. Through the storm we reach the shore. You give it all, but I want more. And I'm waiting for you. With or without you. With or without you, I can't live. With or without solo if you want to. And you give yourself away. And you give yourself away. And you give, and you give, and you give yourself away. Let my hands are tied, my body bruised. She got me with nothing to win and nothing to lose. You give yourself away. You give yourself away. And you give, and you give, and you give yourself away. With or without you. With or without you. I can't live. With or without you. Whoa. Let's follow impressions now. With or without you. With or without you. I can't live. With or without you. Hit those pentatonics. Let's bring it right down. Keep those pentatonics going. Quiet as a mouse. Let's barely touch those strings. Feel that lovely tension it creates in the building. Right, hit a little bit harder now. Keep increasing the pressure. Now thicken up that strum. Now really go for it. With or without you. With or without you. I can't live. With or without you. Whoa. One, two, three, four. Well done, everyone. I didn't want that to end. I was enjoying it so much. That's why I kept going. So hope you enjoyed that too. It's just such a fun song to play, isn't it? As I say, 4 chords on the truth. Who needs anything more complicated? But hopefully you noticed at the end there when we really played about with the dynamics, bringing them up and bringing them down. They sound absolutely, it sounds really nice.